The Abilene Chamber of Commerce takes its responsibility as the advocate for local business very seriously. It is important that voters go to the polls with the information they need to make wise decisions. Candidates in Texas House District 71, Taylor County Sheriff, and Taylor County Commissioner Precinct 1 races were given the opportunity to participate in video interviews at the Chamber. One candidate was unable to participate. Here are the interviews.
We're here today with Sheriff Ricky Bishop, who is running for another term as Taylor County Sheriff. Sheriff Bishop, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm born and raised in Taylor County. I started working for the Sheriff's Office in December of 1999. I went to the Law Enforcement Academy in 2003. 2004, transferred to Patrol Division, and 2012 decided that I wanted to advance my career and run for sheriff, and now I'm hoping to get a fourth term.
That's great. Thank you. Why should people vote for you?
We made a lot of good progress over the years, and I still got a lot of work that needs to be done for the Sheriff's Office and for the citizens of the county on, trying to add more positions, keep getting salaries up, to make Taylor County the place that everybody wants to look to come work for.
Yeah. So how many more people do you need?
Well, just for patrol, I need approximately 16 to get us to minimal staffing. Just because of over the years with the growth in the county that we've had, and then being denied positions over the years, we need 16 to be able to catch up, and that's just patrol. That doesn't take into account our CID division, which also includes school resource officers. On adding a couple of more, we have 2 now, and I'd like to add at least 2 or 3 more. And then, of course, once you add there, you've also got to add into narcotics, our transport division, the jail. More people are going to jail these days, so at some point we'll need to not only add employees, but add on to the facility as well.
Yeah. So grand total of more that you need, more people?
The grand total I don't have off the top of my head.
Sure.
The patrol sticks out the most because they're seen the most, and just with the growth and the amount of traffic that's out there, getting enough people out there. But ballparking right off the top of my head, I'm needing 30, 40 more people. But if you add on to the jail, then you need to almost double that, it seems like.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, the county recently provided some funds maybe for you to use a different program in recruiting.
Yeah, we have a new HR director that's been in, I think, almost a year now, and she's extremely proactive in trying to fill not only Sheriff's Office positions, but all county positions. And for the first time ever that I know of, the county hired a recruitment firm to help bring in those applications. And it was a 60-day program, and it worked very well to where we're fully staffed with corrections officers at the jail.
Okay. What's really the greatest challenge that you've seen over the course of the years?
The greatest challenge is trying to keep up with the growth and being able to have the funds to keep up with that growth, because the county's growing faster than county government can grow, and public safety, especially with inflation, is not getting cheaper. Just when I first took office in 2013, we could buy one patrol vehicle, plain Jane vehicle, for $35,000. Now we're at $50,000 just for that vehicle before we ever put equipment or a person in it.
Wow. And I guess there's a lag time also in getting those?
Yes. Yeah, right now we're at approximately 18 months before we can, once we place an order on a vehicle, before we get that vehicle.
Wow. Yeah. Every budget session, if you all talk pay, and what's the ideal pay for a deputy and for a corrections officer?
Right now, I think ideal for us to be competitive and retain our employees is $55,000 at the jail and $60,000 for a patrolman.
Mm-hmm. And where are you now?
Currently, we're at $50,000 for corrections and $55,000 for patrolman.
Yeah. Do you have hope? Do you think it's going to go up?
I think so. The county had a company come in and do a salary survey throughout the entire county, and we're actually pretty close to where we need to be.
Yeah. Everything that you do, a lot of what you do money-wise, has to go through the county commissioners.
Correct.
How supportive are they?
For the most part, they are. They're unfortunately right now that they've got elections themselves and a little bit of tension on that side of the house. But we've got a very proactive county judge and a couple other commissioners that are proactive in seeing that the needs that we have, and of course they also they got to take into account the rest of the county. And of course sometimes I've been with the sheriff's office over 24 years now, and that's another a big work family for me, and I'm pretty passionate in what we need with the sheriff's office to be able to serve the citizens, and I let the commissioners know it on what we need, because we've been behind for so long, and we're trying to play catch up. So
yeah. You mentioned earlier about the school resource officers that you have 2 of them now. What schools are those in?
I've got one that's full-time in Jim Ned School District, and another one that's part-time between Jim Ned and Trent.
So if you had 2 more, where would you put them?
One, I'd have a full-time one in Trent, and then a full-time in a couple of full-time ones in the Jim Ned District, because we have 6 campuses that we're responsible for in the county.
Okay.
5 of those being Jim Ned.
Yeah. Some of the things that your opponents have said, they've talked about the county jail not hitting the standards. Has the jail in your term ever not met the standards?
Since I've been sheriff, we've received a certificate of compliance from the jail commission every year.
Okay. Does that mean it's met all the standards?
Yes, that means
met?
Once we receive that certificate, that means that we have met all the minimum guidelines for the jail commission.
Other things that they're saying is that the medical staff for the jail, it's not enough to handle the mental health and all the other issues that are being faced today.
So we have a medical director, and then we have a PA, a physician's assistant, and then we have nurses that work underneath that physician's assistant. The PA is at the jail every day. He's on call every day. For anything that happens. We do telemedicine from the jail. Now, MHMR handles the mental health side of it. They have their own clinic and doctors that they see through telemedicine. We have 2 jail navigators that work in the facility that are MHMR caseworkers that follow up with those inmates on mental health needs. But the medical, we are hiring for LVNs. We need more LVNs. I believe we're 4 short right now, but we are able to staff it with the others, with our PA being on call. He takes a tablet home. There's a tablet at the jail where the staff at the jail can do telemedicine with him at any point in time, and then he'll either come back to the jail and take care of something, or he will have somebody sent to the emergency room if it's after hours. But we have a jail clinic every day, Monday through Friday.
Okay. Another thing that the opponents are mentioning you've had a couple of escapees. Talk about them.
So the last one that we had was actually an officer that did not follow policies and procedures and safety guidelines, and he actually pushed a button and let the inmate out and didn't tell anybody for an hour that inmate had been missing. So through the investigation, that officer was then terminated after that event took place. The other escape that happened was on a female work crew that was actually at the sheriff's office downtown. She had asked to go to the restroom, and when she didn't come back, after a couple of minutes, the officer started looking for her, and she was gone about 15 minutes and was caught a couple of blocks from the office.
How big of a concern is it that you've had a couple, that for those reasons have?
Well, it's always a concern, because safety and security is one of the biggest things that I ran on, and we've changed a lot of that. Unfortunately, when you've got humans involved in anything, there's going to be human error there somewhere. That's why we do internal investigations to determine if policies, procedures need to be updated, or if some type of disciplinary action needs to be done to that staff.
Yeah. One of the other things they've mentioned is that there was a death in the jail, and maybe it was not reported appropriately or in a timely manner.
That is not correct. That has never happened under my watch. I do know that happened under the previous sheriff that I ran against in 2012. In 2012, it happened between Between 2009 and 2013 is when that incident happened under Les Bruce. But every death that happens at the jail is not only investigated internally by our staff, but an independent investigation is done by the Texas Rangers. An autopsy is always done on any death that happens within the facility. Plus, we have to report all deaths to the Texas Jail Commission and to the Texas Attorney General.
Okay. Is the Taylor County Jail at this point large enough to house the inmates that need to be there from Taylor County, but also house inmates from other counties as we're doing?
We can on the male side of the jail. We have 826 bed facility. I only have 118 beds for female inmates. For the last few years, we've been housing female prisoners out of county because we don't have the bed space for them. 8 years ago, I went to the commissioners to try to get the facility added on to 4 more female beds, and that has not happened yet. Their thoughts were that it's better for them to pay out of county over a 20-year period instead of adding on the facility. And then, because I want to add on the facility and then bring other inmates in to help us pay for certificate obligations or even a bond, where the county can actually make a little bit of money off of it.
Give me an example of the Sheriff's Department and APD working together on something.
So we've got that right now. We've got several large investigations that are going when it comes to the narcotics trade, because that's not, until the border gets shut down, narcotics is going to be extremely bad in this area because Abilene is that hub. So our narcotics divisions both work really well together, not only here but with our law enforcement partners from around this area, plus on the federal side.
What's been the biggest surprise you've had while you were in office?
The biggest surprise, I can't really think of one right offhand, but some of it could be, I guess, all the additional duties that a sheriff has, because this is not just a Monday through Friday 8 to 5 job. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My phone rings no matter where I'm at. We're always trying to deal with something, and just the scope and the authority that the office has. I had an idea on how the sheriff's office worked, just because I've been working here. It's where I started my law enforcement career, and it just seeing all the ins and outs, the administrative things. There's a lot more administrative stuff to it than you like sometimes, but we still get the chance every day that go eat at 11 o'clock and then go and patrol the county and still answer calls when we can.
Yeah. We're getting close on time. We've got a couple of minutes left. What would you like to tell the new people who are moving into Taylor County?
The sheriff's office is ever growing. We've got lots of ideas and lots of work that still needs to be done. I encourage anybody to go to their county commissioner and stress to them how important public safety is, especially when it comes to funding and needing new additional positions to help protect the citizens. And I'm open to anybody, especially if they just move here, they have any questions, whether it's individually or as a group. I'll be glad to come talk to anybody and explain any issues or hopefully fix any concerns that anybody may have about anything.
Yeah. How big is the budget?
Currently, we're at approximately $22.5 million.
Wow.
Just for the sheriff's office, which also includes the jail.
Right. And juvenile detention is under you also?
No, sir.
If not,
no, that's
okay.
Totally separate.
Okay. I wasn't for sure. Well, we appreciate you coming in and chatting with us today, and wish you the best on the election.
I appreciate it. Thank you.